I call the Grant County Drainage Board meeting in order for March 31st, 2026. We'll start with the prayer and the pledge of allegiance. Lord Jesus, we come to you this day. We ask you to watch over Gordon as he recovers. We ask you to lead us in our business, make the right choices for the county. In your name we pray. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, first thing I need, approval of the minutes.
Make a motion to approve the minutes from March 10th. Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
It's on WebEx.
All opposed?
It's on WebEx.
I got you, Kenny. Motion carries. Moving on to claims. We have Tom's Excavating for $2,026.74. And Burkhart Swagger, the fund has $8,098.54 in it. The next one is Bragg Excavating for $3,000. The Jesse Tippy, that fund is in the red, $1,742.10. The Chronicle Tribune, $35.35 for the J Winters Drain. There is no fund. And the Grant County Treasurer for $53.02, a loan from the GDIF to maintenance.
Move we pay these claims.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
It's
Opposed?
on WebEx.
Got you, Kenny.
That boldness.
Why is it doing
Motion
that?
carries.
Program. Chad Baker of Right of Way Management. Simmons Tile.
How do I make it
Invoice
stop?
$54.40 in the fund. Lomax Ditch. Sarah Costello. New business.
You are next.
I am next. We won't be over here.
We're going to
I don't know what I need.
Somebody talking to you. What I've done is go through the ditches that we've been doing, or all the add-ons that was given to me on
This for the spray.
herbicide application.
Hang on 1 second though. We gotta pass this, guys.
What?
The claims.
We
We did. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
So, went out, looked at them and did assessments. Prices went down a little bit. I mean, labor and chemical and fuel is all going up. So if I can go down just a cent, it helps a little. Hoping that diesel stops going up, but it is what it is. So that is pretty much where everything was at, and with the prices that we've had in the past, and then with the new ones. I'm not sure that I've ever gave Raymond all the paperwork he needs to have as a formal bid. So, I mean, insurance and licenses that we have, but there's also a lot of stuff that's just you put in a file when somebody calls and concerned. And I'm kind of probably going to be addressing the Lomax ditch in particular. I spent several hours trying to figure out how I'm going to do that. But there's several stuff that my chemical reps give me on how this doesn't affect bees. And there's several other factors of what I use as EPA approved on ditch banks. So you guys don't have to know that. That's what I do for the last 35 years. So it's good for him or anybody to read through this. It's kind of boring, but it tells you how low the toxicity is on the stuff I'm using. And that's where the public doesn't understand what the responsibility is. I mean, I do work in 3 states, so I got 40 other counties I deal with, so I have to keep everything in line with insurance, liability, and all that stuff. So I guess that's peace of mind for you guys, that I'm not just spraying out of a 4-wheeler or a pickup truck and just spraying things that I can't spray.
And
So-
he is a registered contractor with the county.
Yes. And so that's just all of the paperwork you need to have just have on file in case somebody really calls, I got contingency, field complaint, just all the OSHA stuff that you gotta have. And I'm not sure that we've had it here in the past. I send this to every county, usually every year, and they just get more papers and more papers. But look, this is a file you can have to just keep it going, and then the only thing that changes is it licenses or the insurance liability. It has to be updated every year. So that's pretty
I would like
much.
to interject that Chad did send me the pamphlet about the bees and the spray, and I did forward it to Kelly Baddick. I don't know if Kelly shared it with other individuals on Lomax or not.
Usually, I do a lot of organic, or I get close to organic or bees, and it's kind of one of those things where we just leave a buffer zone. The trees in 5 years are not going to get out of control in 100 feet in front, 100 feet in back. And, I understand the importance of bees. We got to be careful with them. So I don't want to take a chance. So my guys, we mark them on the big maps, any troubled areas, so we know right where the hives are before they pull in. We can run the opposite side if we can, and we just do not spray a couple 100 yards between them. I mean, we're outside. We don't want those bees to get mad at us when we're driving by, so we just kind of scoot around. The vegetation on both sides could be something that's affected because, we are trying to get rid of invasive species. And some of those might be what the bees want, but they're not even going to bloom out. And the bees will travel to get more pollen in that area. So the water line to the top of the bank isn't a primary source, but it's the same thing. We'll dodge milkweeds because of the butterflies and stuff like that. I've just been doing this too long not to know how do we meet and everybody get along. So that's our practice as a company. So that's where I come in on that side of it. Other than that, the numbers are here. I did have to pencil in that Lomax because I had to really look at it a second and third time.
And Lomax's price is liable to change once me and Chad look at this situation.
Yeah, I needed to know whether I needed to be on the middle of that
There's
section or not.
There's a question on how much is the actual wetland from what we received in a letter from the Department of Environmental Management and a little map that they provided. We may need more clarification before we spray on the side towards Meyer to make sure that we're not in that wetland, because we don't want to violate anything and have to deal with a violation.
Very much.
We'd rather have clarification than to skirt on the edge of violating something.
Well, when do you want to go out there and walk that and meet that and walk through that Lomax?
Whenever the schedule is, I'm pretty swamped with stuff, but I'll make time to. You're not that far away for me to come and figure out the game
I
plan.
mean, as long as we do it before you go in there.
Yeah.
I mean, how clarifying of a map did you get from Army Corps?
Well, did you give him the, that packet from last summer that was in the file?
Probably not.
No, I just got the aerials with
Okay.
with the area to be treated.
I'll scan that in and send to Raymond. Raymond can send it to you
Perfect.
about those maps and about the IDM findings and where they stated the wetlands were, where the lakes were.
We'll get that to him and let him evaluate it that way.
Yes.
He's the one that's going to be out there deciding where that line is.
Correct.
Yeah, and there's a lot of I don't want to say gray area, but if you're treating vegetation, I mean, there's a lot of stuff when they put the mitigated wetlands in where you still can apply herbicides. Sometimes it needs to be aquatic, and there's 2 or 3 products I use that are not just ditch bank; they're also aquatic. So that helps with the clarification. Aquatic is used in wetlands.
And so I think in that, can I see your packet, sir? I think in this packet here that Mary has upstairs, I think it does state Russell Rutherford from Army Corps of Engineers said we could not touch the wetlands.
Okay.
We couldn't spray the wetlands. We couldn't mow them, and we just couldn't touch them.
Okay.
I was looking for an email or of sort of where that was.
Well, this would be something that Chad would need to review, look at. So time
Me and
consumption.
Doug walked with him, and like I say, we couldn't touch the wetlands.
Yeah, and there's a picture in here of where they, on the berm, that middle berm, and then there where they define where the wetlands come up, where a change of vegetation happened.
Yeah.
So that's all in here. Mary made this for Sarah. I'll get, and so well, yeah, and then,
Yeah.
we'll just get you a copy of it.
Yeah, because their rulings on that wetlands is always different.
Probably depends who you talk to.
Exactly, and you know, we've done clearing and stuff like that in the areas, and then it was, well, the stump treat wasn't certified to go in there, so you had to use a different product that way, but just everybody knows that, you know, willows love wetlands.
Yeah.
And they'll grow 6 foot a year, and then ask them what their solution is when that starts plugging up the wetlands or the drain, because you got water flowing through there.
Well, and that's why, you know, that was what the interesting thing about that wetlands. That wetlands is collecting or limbs and leaves, and you can tell it's already filled up some, you know, so what happens then, but, you know, so it's, but yeah, he was very adamant that we can't touch it on that one, so, but no, we'll walk it, and you walk with us, and we got these pictures, we'll forward to you.
We'll get a straight definition. The price is kind of, it's not really that much higher than the other ones. It's going to definitely be a different piece of equipment because we have large tractors that we do, but in town and stuff like that, it's going to be like a side-by-side. We have one, a Kubota with tracks on it, low footprint. You can go in mud, you know, and you can skirt the edge, you know, like I have something to get on that channel in the middle if we needed to. Right now, it doesn't look like there's that much woody on there, but then I see where things have been cut and there's already 4 footers on the side slope where we're probably talking about that we can't do anything with. So
Not big, we'll just take time to do it next week or so.
that'll work. I will just give you all this pack. If you guys have any other questions, that ditch itself is going to be, it's going to be tough. You know, it's a little bit different, but I have the equipment to do it with a low impact. I mean, you got yards and you got stuff. You got to keep people happy. So there'll be some organization on that, but it's nothing that I haven't been able to kind of tackle before. So, but I'll just give all this with that information in there. I think we emailed you a lot of the other stuff, the bee stuff from the actual chemicals we're using. So they're all EPA ditch bank approved. Yeah.
Well, that packet will go to you. Because that's right.
I think you guys need to see the price so that you can affirm him to go ahead and spray it this year.
This is the.
Or we're going to do it at another meeting, but it needs to vote for him to spray it.
You can email it to me or something.
Okay.
Yeah, he didn't have to know today, right? He didn't have to know today, right?
Yeah, I don't think on the Lomax by no means, but on the others, it's the same ditches we have been doing. So they've been added to as we've done more distance.
And then we're attempting to get some cattail issues taken care of. The problem is that's done usually in the fall, and then crops come up and it's hard to get to.
If we could get it approved today versus coming back another meeting, just one less thing on a future meeting.
And our timing, you guys are just in a good spot because I end up starting down
Madison
in
County.
Madison, and then I start working up because your growing season is a little bit farther, and then
What is your projected time of arrival?
I want to have full leaf out. So
Well, I mean, it's weather relative.
Yeah.
I mean, it just.
I would say we'd probably be somewhere in the middle of May. I mean, that's about the earliest you can really go. The willows will come out first, but the walnuts are late to come out. There's not very many walnuts on a ditch bank anyway, so I want to have pretty good germination or the full leaf out. We do dormant work in specialty places where we can get in before stuff, but I'm not as happy with the control as foliar. So I would say in May before Memorial Day. And crops aren't up that much at that point.
Just wanted an idea. on the
Yeah,
window.
if I had the calendar from me, they're scheduled about where they were last year.
Well, yeah, a week of wind.
Oh, yeah. And who knows when we're gonna get our rain, you know,
It
it's
doesn't have to be
coming.
rain, it could be just windy where you can't spray it.
Yeah, it does fluctuate. So, I mean, in that,
What's he need from us? What do you need?
We need a motion to go ahead and pass this.
You know what we spent last year on this?
Around 63,000, something of that nature, 63, 65.
How much, Mary, exactly? We spent on spraying?
probably 59.
And then we had the other two, you came back and did the cattails.
Yeah, and then you've added 4 or 5 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that almost every system went down at least a cent per foot, linear foot. So that nothing went up and my costs keep going up. So I was trying to be as,
So diesel fuel goes down before you get there.
Yeah.
You adjust?
no, I have,
Just asking.
there's a lot of
I didn't have a
counties
problem
that will
with it.
say that with a fuel surcharge, and I've been through 4 of them in the 35 years, and some counties, to me, it's not worth the paperwork. If I'm cutting it that close with I just got to get faster and make the
Yeah.
days work longer. It's about what it is.
So on that Lomax, is that just the 38th Street South? I thought there was like 6,000 feet you put on there.
It's from Miller Avenue, north of 26th Street.
The whole thing then,
Yeah, it says 6,613 feet.
yeah.
You would have to sit and figure it out because it's by the ditch,
Okay.
you know.
Well, we need a motion.
This is just for spraying in the housing addition from 38th Street south.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes more sense, just for,
Yes.
This.
Yes,
Yes.
Wendell sprays the
Rest of
northern
it.
part.
That's what I looked at. But because
yeah, that makes more sense.
and then if you got to deduct this footage, the price is just going to stay the same.
Yeah,
Whatever I can get.
that makes more sense, that 66. That's from 30, that's just from 38th Street South, behind the houses.
Spraying, yes.
Yeah, and even the mature trees that are over there, you can see that there's some Bradford pear that's invasive, but it's flowering right now. It looks good.
Yeah,
Then there's other stuff that either on that bank, there's no need to take those out. All your work can be done, like for aesthetic reasons, we're not going to scorch the earth. We're looking at getting brambles and poison ivy and not letting it get up, or willows, but if they're not going to let us get on that side, we're not going to fight it. I've had battles, but sometimes it's not worth it.
Well, the bank east of the wetlands, I don't think technically would be in the easement of the ditch.
So
Leftover.
the technical channel would be from the Meyer big bank to the small channel in the middle, the island they built.
The wetland is from
Again, might be
the
nice.
base of that Meyer Hill,
Yeah, man.
that first channel, whatever that encompasses is what they consider the wetland.
Yeah, but then the easement on the landowner side, it would be part of your easement.
Yes. The drainage easement is from the yards east.
Ask for public comment.
And that would take it up against the wetland, but it's not gonna jump over the wetland and be on the east side of the wetland and not encompass the wetland.
We'll figure it out when we get out there after I get those papers, I'll look at it and see. So I don't want to get in trouble, and I don't want you guys either. So,
Kenny?
You sign off?
Does it say unavailable? What's that say?
unverified.
Verified.
So are we ready for a motion on this thing?
Yeah, motion for the 2026 ditch bank spraying quote.
All right, so I'll make a motion that we approve the quote from Right Away Management for the ditch bank spraying. In that quote, or in this motion, no, we want to make it so that we're using $59,592.30 left over from the ARPA fund
Correct.
to pay that,
Yes.
Second.
Any public comment?
You guys have any questions?
Us?
Yeah.
About spraying?
Yeah.
No, but I have,
Well,
I have a
kind of,
question.
but that's okay.
actually for Doug, now that he's on the board and isn't he supposed to abstain from any votes or motions?
When I vote, when we vote.
So he just made a motion? Shouldn't have happened.
Why?
Because he has property on the Lomax.
Oh.
And per the codes,
Okay.
Yeah,
he's supposed to abstain.
So we can't
He did
do
not
anything
just
with
do
it.
that, and you guys just
Can't
passed
vote.
the motion.
we don't have a quorum.
Okay, we do not have a voting quorum because then Richard can't vote either.
Yeah, Kenny's not.
Why,
So we can't vote on it today.
If
We have
Kenny,
to have a quorum.
why can't I vote on it?
You're on Hummel,
Hummel's not on the spray program.
is it?
no.
No.
Okay, good.
So can we make a motion that we exclude Lomax today until the voting quorum comes back?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
That'll be fine. The price is gonna be adjusted
Yeah,
considerably anyway, and I really had to.
that's fine. Okay, so I'm taking back the motion we just made. I'll make a new one that we're gonna approve, make a motion we approve right-of-way management's quotes that excludes the Lomax and and to pay that fund, we're gonna use the $59,592.30 left from the ARPA
All
fund.
of them.
And then we'll get some more, we'll leave the Lomax out and then when we get back to it, voting.
When do we get more information on it?
Yeah.
I think that's
Got a
good.
first and a second.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Can you hear me, Kenny?
Terry's back. Can't hear him.
Can't hear you.
He's muted.
Tell him to raise his hand in case he can hear you.
You're muted.
There you go.
There,
Yeah.
You are.
I'm south end.
What ditches you gonna do, the same ones you done for years?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay,
so
I got a question.
they can.
What you gonna do? Swayze ditch,
Spray in the Lomax.
Swayze ditch. Which one?
coming out of Swayze,
We got Taylor on, we got Matthews on, we have Sims Franklin on.
this,
He'll be home.
the Sims Franklin,
You're gonna meet him out.
Yes,
down around Needlers,
yes.
we can't touch because they'll get out there and bother the guy that's spraying.
Yes,
But Morrow bought ground,
I talked to Doug and Bill.
and there's a bunch of brush in it on Sims Franklin.
Yes, that got added onto the spray. I talked to Bill and Doug.
It's gonna be sprayed.
They're gonna spray their part, yes, we're spraying their
Raymond,
part.
yeah, all you need to do is send Needlers a letter that you're gonna spray. They can't stop you because you got a 75-foot easement down there. Mary can send their Needlers. They bought the place, the cop there, used to be a sheriff. Heinrich, and they got a little stairs there. But we need to spray down through there because there's a lot of brush. Really, it needs to be clean.
Well, he threatened to sue us if we sprayed it.
Huh?
It's gonna be a board's decision. I'm not gonna, I
We
mean,
don't care what they do.
you got a finger to spray around it.
yeah, it's not
Can't stop
included.
us from spraying on our right of way.
There's no blockage in there. We have no need to be in there to take anything out unless there's a blockage.
You might have to put right along Needler's house there.
We,
But then when you
Yeah.
get past that over on Morrow had a crane that sat out there for a year and never moved. And that's all grown up. And just right away,
Chad.
but when they sprayed a couple, 3 years ago, they killed a lot of that stuff. They did a
Well,
good
right.
job. I'm
Right away,
satisfied.
right away management got stopped when they tried to spray Barry Keys's property. They told him to get off of there also. So from Barry Key,
Cops got called.
so from Barry Keys over through Needlers, that part's knocked off of the spray program. They didn't spray it last year or the year before, I don't think.
Let's go. Well, what?
I'm not sure which one, but I know the cops had to come out. Did you go on it?
Dealers. I don't know how you,
From 600 to 500, I believe, is where he got shut off. It's on the map if you have the map, but I do not have my map.
I don't have it. I don't have all that stuff here. I can get it. But, yeah.
Started to be taken care of.
I got into it down there.
Yeah, we already voted.
Huh?
We already voted.
Yeah.
Lazy ditch over a gate.
Okay, now we're gonna move on
You didn't
to,
vote, you took motions.
oh, I thought we voted.
Voted, I thought you said yeah.
We got a motion. All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to the.
Thank you. Thanks. If you got any questions, let me know when you want to meet out there.
You let us know. You're the one on the way up. Give us an idea.
Okay.
Just, what's your rest of the week look like?
What's today?
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Friday's a good Friday.
Let me get back with you. I gotta look at my calendar.
Touch base with Raymond. Yeah, I got to meet you out there this week.
As long as we do it before you get in there and
Yep.
pray.
Yep, but sooner more than later.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Chad.
Now move on to the Simon's Tile, an invoice for $54.40 in the fund. And the board, we need to vote on the invoice so we can pay installments to Joe Seward.
So this was for the last time when Joe was in here?
Right.
Yeah, we told him to give us a bill.
I recommend reporting to the board after collections post, tell you how much we collected on it, and then you guys could tell me how much to pay on it.
Yeah, I see. So do we need a motion now, Mary? Yes?
I believe, to accept the invoice, that's what, if you right there.
So we still owe Joe $36,900, is that right?
No, it's highlighted, read the last sentence.
Yeah. And then this thing will bring in 25,900 this year.
Something like that, yeah.
So we just need a motion to,
To approve, to accept it, and
To
then,
accept the invoice and to pay it in installments.
do you want me to report to you as far as how much we collected, or do you want to make a set amount?
Have we been doing any much on that ditch? Does it take much repair?
Brad Atkins drove into a hole that the old tile opened up that didn't get smashed. Doug will like that comment. He's mentioned smashing the old tile as we replaced the new tile, but he drove into the old tile with his tractor and about went through the windshield. So he didn't request money, but I don't think there's any money in the account right now anyways, any amount.
so if you leave 59, if you pay Joe 20,000 for the year, that'll leave you 5,900 in that account.
Yeah,
That'll work.
He goes another 2 miles south of there.
You just want to do.
Well, why don't we just split it in half and do it in 2 years?
I don't have no problem with that. That way you know already what you gotta do. All right?
Yeah.
All right.
What you want.
That way there's still money in the fund to do something if we
I
have
just
to.
think these.
That way, if something comes up,
After the collection.
there's money in the
And
fund,
say I got 17,000.
and they don't have to put them on
Go ahead and
credit.
pay.
Because once they get that across the highway, might need to put 100 feet in or something, just to get a good connection to the new, under the road. Hard telling what they're gonna find out there, that's been rotten forever.
Does that work for you?
I'll go make
Does that work for you? I move that we accept the bill for Seward excavating on the Simon Style and pay him as money becomes available to the fund, up to half of the bill at this time.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye.
Keep Kenny
It's all
going.
Lomax.
Okay, I got you. Motion carries.
Have a fun one.
Now we're gonna come to the Lomax ditch. Sarah Costello.
All right. Hi, my name is Sarah Costello. I'm at 4326 Starkey. And again, I am the new president of the HOA. And so we just wanted to kind of.
Kelly Baddick. I live at 3921 Joshua Drive.
And so we just had some questions and clarification that we wanted to get. First of all, I know we kind of talked about the easements already, but we do want to clarify the easements, whether they are 75 feet or if there's a variance, because some of the records are not available and not, right, they're not at the recorder's office. And so we're having a hard time finding that. And then some of the property lines, like if you look, we want to make sure that when work's being done, the work's not going into the property lines, because some of the fences are not to the property line. So we want to verify that. And then some of the houses, like this, a couple of them do go kind of into here. So again, a variance of where the property lines are. Anything else with the easements, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then we wanted to get clarification on the October, was it 10th, 2025 meeting where it was approved for Doug to do work again in the ditch. There was a motion, but there was no bids, there was no quotes. Again, we didn't know that they were even talking, there's no agenda ahead of time either for us to come and look, to know that the Lomax is being discussed. And it's really, again, hard for us to, for me especially, to get off work to come here with very short notice. I have to make it up or I have to take my vacation days to come and talk about this. And so we just want to get clarification on that, on the work that's being done, because again, some of this is, we want the easements figured out and where the Lomax actually is, before work is being done. Because we've gotten different answers on where the relocated Lomax is, and then where the easements are. So we just want to get, again, clarification before any work is done.
It's not on the plat.
The plats show the drainage easement at the back of your yards on the east side of your properties. It shows the drainage easement east of that as far as the Lomax. And I'm not quite sure what clarification that you need for that.
Did you show them the plats, the big plats?
Yes, well, I showed Kelly my shortened versions of them versus carrying around.
I have all the maps.
Yeah.
I have them.
So it says on there the drainage easements.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it shows the drainage easements to the east of our properties.
Right.
So the back of our properties, yes. It shows that that's where the drainage easements are. And then, and that's the question we kind of have asked numerous times, is that 75 feet easement.
There's a measurement on those maps, on that map too. Did you see that map? Are those measurements on there?
No, they're not. And so trying to say, so is the easement, for my house, on the big maps, it shows the easement more towards, it's probably 10 to 15 feet behind my house. My house, for some reason, on this map is different than everybody else's. So, so when I had spoke with Raymond, he had said that our easement is, we have to our backyards, in that sense, our property line. And then from our property line east is where all the work can be done. Is that correct?
I was getting this map out of it. From your property line east.
Yes.
That's the way I understand it. That's the way the map shows it.
And what we had asked many years ago is, okay, because we were told that it goes 75 feet also towards our house.
That's wrong.
Yeah, that's wrong. Because it's from your property line, according to these maps, so you give me, it's from your property line
East.
east.
And it's not,
Correct.
it's not 75 feet, it's 150 feet.
Correct. It's a total of 150
Or it
feet.
can be.
It can be. It's supposed to be 75, but you
On
can
one
use
side.
up to 150 on one side, if you're going one side. Correct.
But on these maps, like this map here is 94, and this map is 90.22. So these maps overrule that.
Does that go to a property line or is that marking the end of the easement?
You're a surveyor.
If that's showing where the property changes between them and Meyer, then no, the easement can go across that line.
I don't know, man, that's what.
To me, the whole corridor is less than 150 foot wide. Ladies,
Say it again.
from where your cedar or your cypress trees are
Yes,
and that channel over there on the east side of that basin
correct.
is the wetland.
Yes,
Between that wetland and your east line, that's all the ditch easement.
correct.
That's the only place that ditch easement can be. When it got relocated,
Yes,
that's the only avenue that is still available for that ditch to flow. So the ditch easement was made, or that ditch was made a regulated ditch in order to drain the ground south of 44th, 45th Street, whatever that street is.
44th.
That was the intent of the legal drain, becoming a regulated drain, was to keep that drainage working. And that's all the drainage board wants to do, is to keep the drainage working.
Correct.
We have a legal drain that goes right through Jonesboro's City Park. That's Back Creek, and it's maintained. They utilize it for recreational activities, but it still is a drainage easement.
Yes,
So, I mean, we're not there to give you a hard time or make you endure Myers's noise and pollution, but that drain has to stay open, and in order for it to stay open, we have to be able to access it. If we can't access it from that causeway between the water, the wetland and the ditch, that means we have to access it between the ditch and your property lines.
correct.
And in order to do that, we're gonna have to put a step in there. We can't ride the slope and dig a ditch and haul dirt out of there if it comes in there. You could get inundated with cornfield out of the field to the south of you and get a deposit of corn stalks in there 2-3 feet deep. And it's gotta be able to be removed. And that's all we're wanting to do, is to keep that ditch open. So somehow we need to come to an understanding where we get along with each other.
Yeah, and that's what we want too. We
Yeah, that is-
understand that it needs to be
Absolutely.
maintained.
Yeah.
We just want,
Yeah, I
again,
know.
notification, and also like going back to the work that was approved in October, if it's over, what was it, 50?
It's 25.
20, the work is over $25,000 per the drainage codes.
It's nowhere near that.
Well, how do we know? Because there was no amount in the meeting.
There was no amount of meeting because we weren't billing them for nothing. And now that you've raised a fuss about it, we're gonna start billing the Lomax, it's costing you more money now.
Yeah, they never turned in a bill for
So,
it's-
wait, so you
yeah.
just repeat that, please?
It's just like I told you on the phone the other day. We were doing it out of our pocket, so it benefited us because we were the main benefiter from it. And now that it didn't cost you guys a dime, and now that everybody's throwing a fit about it, we've had right-of-way management to bid it, so that now that everybody can help pay on it.
So now it'll come out.
And if there's any work
Which,
that's gonna
but
be
it should
done,
be
we're gonna
though.
hire them.
So
Never received a bill.
it should be, because, I mean, to me, also looking at notes for different ponds and drains, our Lomax has been treated differently than other ponds and drains when it comes to votes, bids, and everything, because you're letting someone, a farmer that has interest, come in and just do the work for free, which to me is, I mean, I understand that and that's great, but then,
Well, if he benefits from it and you're saving the taxpayers, I don't think nobody could argue with you there. I mean,
We'll allow any farmer to work on their ditch
yes,
if they offer.
yeah.
And Doug and Wendell.
Doug and Wendell have just always offered.
They came to the board and request,
And like you said, he was the biggest benefactor of it, so that's why they did it to help.
Wendell does another one for over 10 years now, and they've never complained. They actually have complimented it. They were happy with it.
Right.
So, and the meeting that we're talking about is the one that happened on October. And that's when you came and asked to put in the pipe, the crossing pipe.
That's correct.
And before then, in July, before then, you had been awarded and voted from the board $7,000 to use from the Lomax fund,
That's correct.
correct?
But
But you never used
We
it
never
because
used
you never went back there and you never
No,
did
'cause it-
anything else at that point.
no, because we got stopped because of the wetlands, when we got, and it was good that we got turned in. I don't know who turned us in, but it was nice that we got turned in because I don't think the board knew that there was a wetlands. We didn't know. And Meyer didn't know. So it was kind of a saving grace. We got turned in and that stalled it out till fall because
Yeah.
that was in October that we come back to the board. And so that basically there wasn't anything out there to spray or to mow down. And so I think at this point now, we're at a point where we know where the wetlands are. We know where the wetlands come up the berm.
Correct.
And now we're to the point where but that 7,000 was awarded to dredge it. And so to dredge it,
Dredge it and take out trees.
that's correct.
Yeah.
And because of time and wetlands, it hadn't been done yet, that's correct.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, and and that was in April when we came to the board. My husband said those cypress trees have been there the
Yeah.
entire time. And they are part of that wetland. And so that's what we figured out once we started. And I mean, in looking into it, us as homeowners, there is a sign that said no spray, no mow. And so we just AI'd the phone or photo and it said mitigation site. And so that's how we found it. So I talked with the surveyor, and like you were saying with the maps that you have from the development. So we have our different phases of the plots that were put in there. And on one of them, it talks about the relocated Lomax ditch.
Correct.
And so it was like, okay, so what is the relocated Lomax? What is the, and so for us as homeowners,
Figure that out.
Go ahead.
She can connect the dots all the way back to when it was the board approved Miller to write up a reload max
yes.
location and it never was provided to the board.
Yeah, and so, and I had asked the surveyor as well for the legal records book that they say should be on for any time that there's a reconstruction or a relocation of a drain. And we can't find that.
I am not aware of a book.
Yeah,
I have files that show I have files that hold information on the ditches, but they're not.
there's nothing on the Lomax.
I mean,
Yeah,
not as far as a relocation, as far as where it is, no.
okay.
I guess I'm going to interject here with my opinion. When Lomax went through originally and went to the catch basin that it still comes out of, it went through an open field and the whole field was farmed. There was no wetland in that field. The wetland that Meyer created was created, I presume, from another location that they destroyed a wetland. I do not know that for a fact, but I know
I think that's right.
they filled in where the Lomax was, and the tile from south of 44th Street still had to make its way to 38th Street. And that avenue that it takes down through there is the only option it has.
Yeah,
So from my perception, that whole basin up to 150 feet wide definitely is the relocated Lomax. We can spend money on a lawyer and spend money here or there, but it's not going to change the fact that that's the avenue the water has to take if it wants to get away. There's no other option available.
But it is the responsibility of the county to have those records, and if they're not there, then, I mean, in my opinion, another survey needs to be done.
It can be, and it'll be money spent and change nothing.
But it has to
What will
be
it change?
that it's on record, right? I mean, it's,
As
if it's,
far as the water flow and the easement, it's all still gonna be.
Right, she's saying there's no public record.
It was
of
never-
Yeah,
legal
I understand that.
drainage.
and it's, and by the drainage
I
codes, it
understand
has
that.
to be on there. So again, that's not our responsibility.
And it would be your responsibility to pay for it.
No.
Yes, because you are the only people that pay for anything that happens to the Lomax. The
Well, I mean, it would be out of the
The
fund.
Lomax watershed.
Yeah.
water fund, the general maintenance fund. I mean, any money spent on the Lomax comes out of what
Right,
you guys
the
pay. on
Well,
taxes.
it
Well,
should be.
it should be
It
also,
should be.
it should be also Meyer and
Yeah.
University Village
Yes.
and all
Yeah.
of those as
Well, right,
well,
and-
right?
and-
I mean, it's not just our HOA, correct?
Right.
Correct.
Everyone,
I just wanted to make,
even the
Yeah.
farm field, the farm field
Everybody
Yeah.
contributes to it.
yeah,
And-
Doug as well,
Yeah.
and Wendell as well, because
Yes.
they have their farmland around us.
And
So, yeah, and that's where, like, when you look on the big maps, it shows where the relocated and where your 75-foot easement is. And that
If
is
I-
not correct in some sense.
And which map were you looking off of?
It's the big one.
is it-
It's right here.
Because I mean, that one I've never seen.
It's number, I think, 5 of all of them.
Is that in a,
That's in the recorder's office. It's a huge map.
okay, the big,
I don't need to.
Yeah,
I said rim.
the big, and that's the one that I had, yeah, that's in the recorder's office. And it shows relocated and it shows a 75-foot easement.
So, do we need to go back to Miller's because they didn't complete the job?
Well, that's on, I mean, that's why you go back and look at, the minutes from,
2007,
right, July 10, 2007.
correct. And that
And-
was all supposed to be on tape so that you could go back and look at it, and there's no tape.
And then towards the end of that meeting, and this is off the website.
Yes.
Just a record of the minutes.
Yes,
Randy Miller asked the board to agree to have a land description of the relocation.
correct.
The board agreed to this, meeting was adjourned.
Yes, and then on July 10th, if you go to your meetings minutes of that same year,
That's it, okay, we're right on there. Which one you want, which one?
July of 2007.
July 10th?
No, it would have been October 10th, I think is that one, in 2007 in the minutes. Randall was paid.
I have the actual minutes up in the office. This only goes back to 2011. If you really want to get it.
I think they're online.
Yeah, they're online.
What one did you say?
It's in October of 2007. Randall was paid for the Lomax description.
What date?
October, what are the two dates?
October 9th.
October 9th. And he was paid through the general instead of the Lomax. That's what they decided. And I've asked Jason Miller, like, if they have records, and he said, no, the board has them. The county has them. They should be in the recorder's office. The recorder does not have them. The surveyor does not have them.
So what she's referring to. Yeah, it's highlighted.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe,
You have this itemized invoice?
so maybe you could go and get
Oh,
the original records from Jason. I mean, if we paid for them as a county, right? Maybe that's something that you could go back and get if you paid for them and you now don't have them. I mean, it was a long time ago. Like, I understand that.
If we had to pay for them, I'd have to come out of that maintenance fund though, because we don't have,
no, I think what you're saying is we've already paid for them. The county's paid for them already.
Yeah.
Yeah, she said it come out of the general fund, not the Lomax.
Yeah, that's what they did. That's what they decided.
Yeah.
And they voted on it. I think for us as homeowners, because we're property owners, like, and that's outside of the HOA, right? And so for us, the right of entry, like, we just want notification. And that's really all that, I mean, and
I don't
that's
think I
by drainage laws, it says that we should be notified for spraying, for maintenance, for dredging,
I
for
did.
reconstruction.
What's his name
It
again?
needs, no, it can't go to the HOA board, it has to go to the
It-
individual.
it has-
I mailed letters out to landowners.
Okay.
Yeah, and
The
so,
surveyor got me a list and I used it every year. And I would go and make sure that the people haven't moved or,
yeah,
and I did, I sent a letter to every landowner.
so, well, the ones, I don't know about the last time, because I know some people who were on it didn't not get it. So, but that's what I'm saying, like,
That was Little Crane Pond you're referring to, Mary.
No, I do both, Lomax. I would notify Bob Tippy and send a letter
Okay.
out. Cause
Okay.
Wendell wanted to make sure the landowners knew.
Okay.
yes, and it came to Bob, and then Bob would send it
I
out.
also mailed it to the people and I notified Bob,
The last time, yes,
the
but
last couple times.
before then, well, because the one homeowner came and talked to you, and they're the ones that had the bees, and they were not notified, and they are on the Lomax. So that's
So
just what
that
I'm
one
saying.
person didn't get it.
Nobody on that side, because it's not actually the Lomax in your sense, right?
Well, yeah, I think the ones that you notify were just on the, edge of
Joshua,
the, is that what you live on? Yeah,
I
just
have
on
a list of
Joshua.
addresses up there. Do you want me to grab it or not?
No, I mean,
I mean, I guess it don't matter.
But no, you can check with HOA to make sure who has to get them and then get you another list.
Actually, and I don't think it was the surveyor that gave it to me, it was Wendell.
yeah,
Because
'cause-
those are the people he wanted to make sure knew that he was coming through.
yeah, that,
So, yeah, I-
but up
And
to,
we can put their names on the list with the rest of the spray program if we're gonna notify everybody on the ditches.
We can't.
Bring it over, spray.
There's so many.
yes, yeah, and no, and
and
I,
that's understandable.
yeah, and I understand, like,
Right, we can't notify everybody, but people have concerns, we can notify them and they can make their concerns and then Mary will make sure that they get notified.
If I get notified. Because I mean, Wendell used to let me know. I don't know if,
well, and I mean, if there's something
Right
where
away,
we
I'll
as
let you know.
homeowners
Just
can
right
write
away, reach out
a
to
formal
them.
letter to say,
Reach out
like,
to
hey,
right away.
I want to know anytime that there's a notice or there's a right of way. I mean, I know that you can submit a formal writing from a homeowner to the drainage board or to the surveyor to say, hey, can you just notify me? I mean, same with these meetings, like, we don't know when you're talking about the Lomax. So when you came in to ask for the more dredging and to put in that pipe, like, we had no notice. And some of the homeowners, if we're talking about their easements are on the edge of the old Lomax. So how do you you wouldn't be able to maintain that side because that is their property line.
what's an easement mean?
Access to,
That you have, that the surveyor has the access to go in at any time?
yeah. We do not have to give a notification. It's a common courtesy as far as that part.
That's Indiana code?
Yes.
There's lots of Indiana
I know.
codes that say you have to notify for maintenance.
As I say, on the
If
ones that
it's
we saw
outside.
on the drainage.
Yeah,
Well,
the
like I
right
said,
of entry is
Like they said,
36.
they would notify you. Mary will notify
Yeah.
you.
if I'm notified.
Correct. But you can reach out to those guys and they'll tell you when they're gonna spray over there.
I guess I need a list from you of who I have to.
I can get that to you.
You've got my email.
Yeah, I do. But yeah, and so now that you're not going to do the work now?
The spraying?
No,
No.
the work.
The one that was approved in October.
As far as putting in the pipe,
The pipe.
Putting in
I
the
don't know if
pipe.
we even talked any more about it. I can't answer that question.
Okay.
Yeah, we
we brought it to the board and the board said
It was
they approved
approved,
the dollar for it.
up to $50,000.
that was a comment in jest on Doug's part. He was not referring to that pipe costing $50,000.
No, but that's what he was allowed, on the video, that's what it was up to 50,000 because we have 58,000 and something in the Lomax fund.
That'd be a nice bridge, nice pipe.
Yes, that would be.
Yeah.
But again.
We weren't, nobody was notified in that sense of like what you were talking about. And then like, will the homeowners who sit on that place.
The homeowners need to
We need to start putting the agenda on the door
have a better way of accessing the agenda
on Friday.
sometime, and preferably before Friday evening.
Hey, Mary, let's start putting an agenda on one of the doors on Friday. You know what I mean?
Cause you guys do, don't you?
Yeah, we do too. And then people can see.
How many days in advance?
Is there a drainage board website?
Yes.
Yes.
Site?
I apply the minutes on there.
And there's a whole
Supposed to
place
be
for
posted.
agendas, but there's no agendas on there.
I was never to that.
I know.
Yeah, I'd put the agenda on there too.
I mean, if that's what you guys want me to do, I'll do that.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Because then
Then you're notified.
At least you know where
Yeah.
to look.
Well, but I mean, and that's a notification because then we can look on there to see. I don't know if you want to see this. These are the houses that I'm talking about. If you go in and you take trees out,
It's on the old Lomax that never got abandoned.
correct?
It's south of the pipe that goes from the big pond to the old Lomax
Correct.
ditch. It basically doesn't serve any
It does
purpose
not.
other than a
It's
trash
just full with
collection.
trash.
Well, and I think weren't some of the trees on the property lines taken
Yeah.
too? So behind some of those houses, like I said, trees were removed on the property lines.
Yeah. But I don't
If you
know
wanna
if
see
you
that.
wanna,
I don't know if anybody wants to see that.
those are the houses because those are the property lines.
Yeah.
And you can see kind of, I mean, they sit right on,
Right on the ditch.
yeah,
People pay extra.
And that ditch serves no purpose right there.
now because the pipe is up farther in where it comes out of the big pond,
And that
Basin 3 is what they called
to
it.
do with that.
And can you come in on 38th and get to behind those property lines?
Come in on 38. Yes, you can come in on 38th and stay on the west side.
And to their property lines?
Okay, actually, tell me again.
Can you come in, see it on 38th?
Yep, I'm gonna come down through here.
Yeah, and stay, because see, then you don't really have much,
You gotta come in to get into here. You have to be able to come through here.
so you would do that on the opposite side. And that's what you were saying with putting in
Well,
a culvert, right?
well, the top culvert in that meeting, what I remember about that meeting is at the north end where the wetlands goes to the east. Currently, to get on the east side of this open ditch behind your house, behind your house, we have to come in off of 44th Street. Is that the right street? 44th Street
Yes.
to get in there. But also I need to look at that paperwork. I think Russell Rutherford told us on that berm, we can't stack any more dirt on that berm.
Correct.
And so all the dirt we have to come in from behind your houses off of 38th Street to dredge and to stack anything behind your houses.
If it needs it, right? Because
Correct.
behind our house, that little ditch, it remains clear.
Well,
So-
it remains clear, but it still collects trash, it still collects leaves, it still collects stuff that restricts the flow and the ability of the tile to empty from whether you're talking about Meyer, because if you go and look at that 36-inch tile, I think it is, that comes off of Meyer, it still,
To the
it still has, what pond is it? You remember?
the retention pond.
Yeah, the
Next
south, the
to
very
me.
south one. It still won't empty because that ditch behind Kelly's house is still restricting it. Now, it don't need to empty to drain our, at the original time, our goal was to drain, be able to let the tile in the field empty.
So that it goes into the south pond.
Yes, and we've achieved that, and that's where we quit. We didn't dig it out any deeper, so that pond would retain water, because that's, that's what it's there for. Because that was the goal, was to get the field tile to empty, and that's what, and that's what we accomplished, that's where we quit.
And so Meyer goes in right behind Mr. Tippy's, because you can see it when it rains, and it flows and bubbles right there into that pond. And then it goes through our little ditch and then into the big pond. And we have, since you guys came in and took out all the trees, we have not had any issues with our little ditch. I mean, it goes up, it goes down, it goes up, it goes down.
Works like it's
it goes
supposed to.
up. Yeah,
So it's supposed
I mean,
Yeah, so it was good that the
But
trees
it-
come down.
no, because I will not agree with that. And that is because it did that with our trees there, because
But the tile didn't empty though,
the tile
and the field tile did not.
way down the south end, correct.
Did not.
But it wasn't in our section, that was down in the other section. And that's where the beaver dam was to the south and was to the north of us. So our little ditch never had a beaver dam.
Correct, but
Yeah.
the field tile at the south end still didn't empty.
Correct.
It's still, till the trees come out, the field tile still didn't empty.
That's the intent of Love Max, is to keep
Yes.
those tiling.
Is to keep it all moving.
And
Correct.
once it's established and has grass, hopefully you guys will be more okay with it. We shouldn't have to be in there very often, as long as there's not a beaver dam between. Excuse me. 38th Street and the old Lomax behind the bee house.
Yeah.
As long as we dam in there, the pond.
Well, and I know that IDEM put flags out there in the berm, the land that's beyond our house, beyond the ditch.
Right.
You know, he put, and he was just like, this is the line.
I think if you look in the report he agreed with,
Corps Army.
Army Corps of Engineers that the sign is the,
The sign is the markers.
yep, is the markers.
The sign is.
Yeah,
Your
there's
sign that
signs
says no
out
mowing
there.
or, not your sign,
Yeah.
the sign you referred to earlier.
Yes.
There's two signs out there
Yeah,
that are referred to, and so we can't, so nothing can be mowed or sprayed below that. And then,
Yes.
that's on the far east side.
that's far east side.
Then you come down to wetlands and come back up the berm.
Yes.
And there's if you're standing on the east looking west, there's a vegetation change on that
Yes.
berm.
Yes.
And from that vegetation, on the west side of the berm, on that vegetation change going down is wetlands, going up can be mowed and sprayed.
Yeah, and that is with your back to the wetlands, is what it says. With your back to the
Yeah.
wetlands, so that it goes this direction.
Yeah, when you spray it.
Yes.
Yeah, you just can't spray the wetland.
And there are two
Why would it be
flags from the Army Corps of Engineers that still sit there from where the wetland is. There's blue flags that he put in there.
That line, and they should line up with the,
Yes,
Yeah, with the-
that's what I'm saying.
Signs.
with the sign.
So I don't know how the land bridge that comes from the south and goes all the way, which is the mitigation, right? I don't know if you can go on a side of it or not. I don't,
What do you mean, the side of it?
If there's enough room between it,
if there's enough room.
channel,
Wait, can you drive on it?
up there by the cypress trees and to the south by the other.
If you look, I think, you get your packet again. If you look in this packet. Sorry, I had my packet back. If you look in this packet here, I think it's Evan White that makes it known. Yeah. He makes it known on an email sent July 7th, 2025, 1:53 in the afternoon. He draws where the wetlands are, and the wetlands are the red. That is only the water. And so the berm's not included in the wetlands?
Yeah, I don't have that in mind.
Okay, yeah.
And that comes directly from, again, Evan White on July 7th.
Yeah, because the map that I have, that came from IDEM. Just give me. Or I gave it to him, so I don't have it anymore.
Which map are you looking for?
Where IDEM sent me the map that it's highlighted, and it's 2-something acres that we're supposed to stay out of.
Are you talking the last map that they just sent? Yeah, because on that map, they went clear down,
Okay.
No, yeah, it might be that one.
This is the one they sent this spring, as
Yeah.
far as not spraying in it. You wanna look at it as it goes by?
Yeah, this tiny one here.
Yeah.
But mine's highlighted and has like the dots on it.
That has dots also.
Yeah.
There's concerns between the dots and the channel and the dots in that big pond for sure. Cause the dots between the wetland and that big pond, that's skinny causeway, if we're not allowed to reinforce that to make it more secure, that's not gonna be there very long.
No, because the wetlands are coming up,
Yeah, it's gonna overflow it.
you know.
Yeah.
So that, maintaining it from there, to me, is almost frivolous at this point.
And did you notice on this here that the wetlands, that if Lomax gets dredged, we can actually dredge east to the pond?
Yes.
Up there at the top.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's where I thought like the land bridge was,
That's where I talked about putting in,
is going there. So then you would come in on the north, or you would come in from the north, and then you would have all of that east side to be able to maintain. And you could even come that way towards our properties.
that got us in, let me look at something else.
Across
I mean-
the small waterway, or the small, between the pond and the wetlands is where you're talking
The
about.
the old Lomax and
pond.
the big pond.
Oh, in between there. In order to get to that, you have to put a pipe in.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what I'm saying. Like,
Okay.
yeah, so that's kind of what I'm asking is like, you know, like, is that because he's saying they're not going to do work, or you're just not spraying?
Well, okay, let's go back to something else. Let's talk about, let's go back to the pipe. The pipe lets us in that still only lets us in on the west side of the open ditch behind your house. To get into that, we still have to come off of 44th Street or drive around the pond, the Myers Pond, and come in.
Right.
So all the pipe does was a convenience so we could dredge on the west side, east side of the Lomax and not put it in your yard. That's all that pipe did. And be able to remove the trees on the east side instead of west side. Because to get on it and then if we want to come in off that pipe, over that pipe and go around, then we have to maintain that causeway, which, I'm like you, will eventually wash out because
Other option, we could put a rock crossing at the mouth of the pond where the water's coming into the pond to where we could drive across it.
how many rock crossings do you see get dredged out?
No, like a ford in a ditch. I mean, it's not uncommon to have a ford of a ditch. So we could put a riprap base down and number 4s on top of it and drive across right there at the mouth of the pond. If we can't go around that causeway in between the pond and the wetland.
But still, we have to be on their side. Yeah. No, I told you wrong. We can get behind your houses with that pipe. Yes, that's correct. We can't get on the east side we cannot get on the east side of the creek behind Kelly's house without what you're talking about.
Yeah, or coming off of 44th.
Yeah, we gotta go on 44.
And that's the 2 other skinny causeways between that other pond and the wetland. But, I mean, it's better than the big pond, but it's still, if we're not allowed to maintain that or reinforce that,
We're allowed to maintain, which is mow and spread.
you can't put dirt on the inside pond wide.
That's the way I understood it. Because that's what we asked for. If we could come around that way.
So, I mean, then you're back to making a ford down there where the pond goes together to access both sides of the ditch, possibly. If we can't maintain it, it's gonna go back to weeds, and then once it does plug up, then we have to go in and force an opening.
Really, we're just going to have to study it.
Yeah.
See exactly what we can do. And then we'll have to have another meeting about it.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, notification is just for
I
us.
think we got Mary on that. I think
Yeah.
we addressed all your issues, so
Yeah.
we'll move on.
Okay, good. All right,
Thank you.
Here, this is for my.
Oh, Kelly, this is Sarah.
So it, off the 75-foot easement?
Yes. 75 foot. Really, Raymond, you wanted to discuss the rates, but might as well wait until we set a date, right? Because we're getting the ditch done.
On the hard surface runoff, I don't know if Darren Bates has it where we can do 1/10 of an acre but we need to be able to dissect that and not be an acre charge. We have parcels that are an acre and a half. You got a commercial commercial structure takes up an acre of it. Then you got a half acre left, but a half of that is asphalt, the other half is grass. So you can't charge them, I don't feel it's right to charge them for an acre of asphalt if they've only got a quarter of an acre of asphalt.
Well,
And
hopefully,
do we even want to really do the asphalt? It's becoming a pain. We have a church that has that situation where you have a church with a home site, but then they have an asphalt parking lot. The house and the church and the parking lot are more than an acre, so it's partial asphalt, partial grass. Just want to make sure everybody gets charged fairly. And then as far as businesses versus home sites, when it rains an inch, it rains an inch. Doesn't make a difference whether it's a business, a home, or what it is. It's still only an inch. As far as the rate for charging them more, I just want it to be fair.
well, when you're coming off a building too, the reason the city breaks it down like that.
More velocity and puts
Yes,
more in more
exactly.
capacity all at once.
And confined space.
And when I talked to Jared Hahn, I mean, he said every ditch is different. I mean, so I don't know if that means.
Well, maybe we
have
need to get with Mr. Bates and see what he comes up with and do some more discussing.
As far as how much, we can't do a hearing until we do the assessment roll. We can't do the assessment roll until we have the rates, so that we know what to apply.
Now, you do the assessment roll first, right?
Yeah, you can just put a penny in for now, just to get, like, I had it all done. You can put like a penny in for hard surface, just so that way you can mark it in there.
We still need to know whether we're doing tenths of an acre on hard surface.
You can.
Or are we doing,
It's a decimal point.
How did you have it measured out? Did you have it measured out in tenths?
I just measured it on that program that they showed me how to measure it. And then I would measure hard surface and grass, and I put them in different because I know grass will soak up the water. And I only put a penny in for commercial and hard surface because I don't know what to do.
Right, and then that way you
Just so I
bring it
could
to
get
us
them on
and then we
there,
raise
but-
the rate and.
I got it all cleared for you guys so you can start from scratch.
I don't understand why you went and took all the commercial sites off that you took
Because I
time to
made a
put
lot of
on.
mistakes.
You made a few mistakes, and that was why I didn't want you doing them anymore. It was because no matter who does them, somebody's gonna check them. If I did them, Cindy would check them. If
Right.
Cindy did them, Nathan would check them.
And I had asked you to
But
check.
Two or three people should check it.
But when we're in different offices, we don't know if you're going over them, you don't know if we're going over them, so there's a lack of communication, and it's easier if we know that we're the only ones doing it, we're the only ones who
Well,
got
she was just trying to help you out. And
Understand.
if she only made a few mistakes, then you guys should just work together and addressed it. I mean, that'd have been the easiest
That's
thing
why
to do.
I said you might want to look at this because I probably got mistakes. Yeah.
Okay, so we got it figured out.
I was just trying to help.
We're just gonna table this right for now.
Yeah,
And then we'll move on to new business. Crane Pond, we need a letter and a map so we can get 2 quotes so Mary can send that out.
Okay. I have to construct a letter,
Okay.
and I'm doing other things. So I thought it was more important to do things that are actually active versus ones that can be done anytime this summer.
Well, they've been waiting on this for how many years?
I don't know about me, I don't know about that, but just, yeah, I know it's been talked about. I was gonna show me or a letter, but I don't have a copy of it. But yeah, no, I think the sooner we can get that done, just get that done before the leaves get done on and get that done,
Okay.
clean that up.
No other business. I'm gonna close the regular sessions of the meeting and then open up for public portion of the hearing on the Burge tile. The hearing, public hearing, the fund has $3,005.18 in it.
Are you ready for public comment?
Yeah, public comment?
Mr. Swanson, you gotta come up here and say your name.
My deal isn't really here, it's with Sweetser, but I've got state involved and everything else on this one, cause my property's right on the corner State Road 18.
State your name and your address. for the
Oh,
record.
Russell Swanson, 411 Osborne Drive, Sweetser.
Is that for Swisher?
Yeah.
And it looks like they're gonna raise the rates. You want me to read all these?
What?
Can we read these rate increases?
The proposed rate, which is already in the minutes, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was advertised,
Okay.
but usually we read the current rate and post, but it's okay.
Go ahead, sir.
Oh, I'm not tied into any of that. None of it. Where my property is, it's uphill toward that creek. It's uphill toward the west. I'm not tied into the storm drains and Sweetser. As a matter of fact, I'm flooded all the time. So I've got a beef with Sweetser and everything else. So I personally don't feel like I should be getting charged anything from anybody right now at this point. But anyways, that's the only thing I've got going right there. But that's just my personal deal. There's not been an updated anything on Sweetser as far as the storm systems go since 2006. And there's been a lot of changes in the last 20 years. So I get y'all are raising the rates and all this stuff, you know, I understand that. But I don't think they're up to par on their end of the deal either. And they're asking me to give them another month before they can give me some more information on their updates.
What was the road you said you lived on?
411 Osborne Drive.
Osborne?
Address, yes, sir.
He is right across from Liberty Baptist Church. Right east of Dollar General.
Yeah, just east of Dollar General. That's a lot of the water I'm getting. They pushed a lot of water on me. Now they dug retention ponds there, but they're not holding anything.
Well, I called Patrick Kendall this morning in the town of Sweetser, and he said that they've accomplished their study, but they haven't analyzed it to where all the drains are going yet, but they do have their information to.
That's what I got in the last meeting also.
Okay. Our old records show that your water is supposed to go into the Burge and go down to the east to Pipe Creek through the old Burge tile, goes out. If you took Osborne down to the farm field to the south, somewhere in there is where the tile comes down on the city limits and goes into the farm field.
I know where the tile goes, but it's not going that, my water's not going that way. I'm taking on water from 18, Osborne, Dollar General.
What is yours?
The nearest tile's a block down the road at Sharon Drive, and that's uphill also.
Okay.
I mean, I got plenty of well water. Now, Sweetser's trying to get on us about the storm water going into their sewer. Well, I'm a problem. I promise you that, because my house was built in the 50s. It all used to be tied into the same system, which was sewer. I've still got the clay tile in the ground. The trees have grown, busted tile. Now all this water pushed on me just sitting in my yard, I guarantee you it's seeping into their sewer. But that's no reason for them to raise my rates. They've been charging me for 27 years to get rid of it and maintain it, and it's sitting there. That's my beef. That's all I got. I don't know if anybody wants to come out and look at my property after this rain we got coming. You're more than welcome to come out there and look at it.
I might go buy one on my way to.
It stands under my house too, and my house is sinking, because of it. And I've got the stuff there. I'm ready to put a roof on my house. I've got iron beams under the house. I want to raise it, but there's no point in raising it because it's just going to sink some more. I mean, build your house on the sand. That's what you got.
Yep.
I need to harden that sand up a little bit here.
The lightning bolt, huh?
It's,
When these assessments went out, Russell called, and he's right, and like I explained to Russell, and you, I think you and I agree.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the drainage board only has 75 feet each way of this tile, and Russell pays for access to the tile. But in the drawing he sent me, and I think I forwarded it to you. If not, I can.
2006 map.
The town Sweetser doesn't have the tile to him.
Nope.
It's south of him. So, like he said, it's not the drainage board's fault because it's not. He just, I told him to come. If he had a problem, come. But it's nothing we can do.
I just want to let y'all know what's going on. There's other people in that town also, just like me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not just, and it's not y'all's fault at all.
Yeah.
I'm not pointing any
So
fingers
he
here
did
at all.
what he wanted.
Sweetser,
But we're having trouble.
yeah, I mean, it's a Sweetser problem.
It is a Sweetser problem, yes.
And they did get a big grant, didn't they? For
Mm-hmm.
their sewer and stuff, just here not too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they used 30,000 of that to run cameras in their system, trying to figure out where all they don't even know where it's going. Their storm drain. So they're trying to get an updated map, I guess, for you guys and me too, because I'm complaining, hey, show me something, you know? I'll go out there and dig it up myself and show you.
Is there any way you could get along with your neighbor and run a line across your neighbor to get to the outlet that they have for you?
I would have to
Walk away.
dig up my entire yard and redo my entire drainage system again. The cheapest way to go would be to put a dig a pond in my yard. Just let it go in there.
But that won't solve your drainage problem.
Well, I got the state involved in it too. So the ditch that's out there right off of 18 that's supposed to take the stormwater, because you got commercial coming into that ditch too. It's all coming on my property, but it's uphill going toward the creek.
Okay.
So I just talked to a guy this morning, and he's working on this, you know, trying to get, I don't know if they're gonna dredge that out all the way down through there or run a tile or what.
Get a line so that you can drain.
So if that works, then we can go that route. I mean, but I'm still gonna be getting on Sweetser about charging me every month for something they're not doing.
Yeah, especially if you go to the north and east instead of south through town.
Right. So, and that's gonna wipe y'all out also, the bill that I got. I mean, I'm not using it.
Yeah, if you drain the other direction, you wouldn't be using the birch, so you would get taken off.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you have something to show up and drains you that way, if they can get you a drain in the state, let me know. We'll get
That's
you off
one
this.
way I'm working, and then Sweetser, they're not gonna do anything. They hadn't done anything for 27 years. They're not gonna do anything now.
If you can get that to drain through the state.
Going the other way
Yeah,
in the
but-
ditch.
Yeah, then we can get you removed.
Okay. That's it.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So I need a motion.
What do they want to do? Put a new tile in?
Yeah, Ron called yesterday, and what they're wanting to do is to get this fund built up so they can put a new tile in. You know what's in the fund now?
Yes.
Oh, $3,055 in the fund. And Mary, in the packet Mary gave us,
Yeah.
the estimated cost,
$73,394.
yeah. And you know, at the most, this thing will collect, I think it was like 60-some thousand. And I think in 1 minute, in the last minute or something.
Yeah, because we raised it. We raised the,
Is this an 8-year collection?
Yeah.
Yeah, so whatever 7,700 times 8 is. And so he just wanted to express it, $61,780. And what their goal was is just try to get some money. He said it constantly breaks down. They really don't bill anything for it. And I think if you look on there, there's no bill for it.
He repairs several spots a year. So.
But that's what they're trying to do, is try to get some money in the account, so.
I'm looking for a motion.
I'll make a motion that we approve the birch tile increase do I need to read the rates? To the following rates: $20 per acre, $50 per home site, $150 per commercial, and $50 per parcel.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 How long?
8 years.
On WebEx.
Okay, we got you, Kenny. 8 years. All right. Looking for a motion to adjourn.
Move adjourned.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
What's this?
That's what we just passed. We got the new style. We got that. Great.
I'm not sure what we're signing off to wait for.
I didn't get one.